If you're a plastic surgeon or the manager of a plastic surgery practice that wants to get some real talk from somebody that's done extensive work with practices like yours, you found the video that you were looking for. If you're interested in finding out how we get results like this or like this video is going to spell out the processes that we followed. So let's get into it. To start, SEO has three parts to it. The first part is often referred to as technical SEO. It basically involves structuring your website in a way that's going to optimally pass PageRank over to the most important pages on your website, in your case, your procedure pages, while also making sure that Google can optimally crawl and index your website. The second part of SEO involves maximizing the relevance of the content on your website to the searches people are performing. For a plastic surgeon, this has two parts. The first part involves ensuring that you have pages on your website that are optimized for each one of the procedures that you perform and the cities from where your patients are willing to travel. So for example, if you were a facial plastic surgeon with an office in Midtown Manhattan, it would make sense for you to have your main procedure page for rhinoplasty optimized around rhinoplasty surgeon NYC. But it would also benefit you to optimize different pages for Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, the Lower East Side, basically ensuring that if someone performs a search like rhinoplasty surgeon Jackson Heights, Queens, that you have a relevant page that has the potential to rank for that query. Now, when executing this, it's important to take into consideration the distance that someone's willing to travel. While something like this might make sense for a lipo or facelift, it's not going to make sense for something like Botox. Honestly, no one's going to take a 45-minute train ride to get any sort of fillers or anything like that, but they almost certainly would for an involved procedure. The third part of SEO is to maximize the trustworthiness of your website, which also has two parts. Part number one, you need to have some sort of strategy and method for acquiring links to your website. Google uses backlinks from other websites to measure and estimate the authority of a specific website. The whole idea being that if you're a plastic surgeon that's getting links from Men's Health magazine, for example, that you're highly likely to be authoritative and trustworthy. In addition, it's beneficial to get links from local websites if you serve a local area, as a plastic surgeon does. So a facial plastic surgeon in Manhattan, for example, would benefit possibly just as much from acquiring a link from a local soccer league or VFW website as it would from a magazine that deals with beauty, health, or wellness. The second half of this trustworthiness is to ensure that your website has really well-written content. Google can tell the difference between an article that was written by a crackpot, let's say a fitness influencer, and someone with actual medical training. And it's very important that your website have content that Google interprets as being authoritative and trustworthy. So let's talk some of the details of what you can do now to start having your practice found on Google. Step number one, set up your Google business profile. When you perform a search on Google, this is the first thing you're going to see: sponsored ads. Following that, you're going to find the local map results. About 50% of the potential traffic that you can drive to your website is going to come through these results here. This means you need to claim your profile, make sure it's completely filled out, have a strategy for acquiring enough reviews to make yourself enticing in the results. In this case, we have a surgeon with 119 reviews, 188 reviews, and 6. I don't see very many people selecting the result that has 6 reviews on it over the other 2. The next thing you need to do, step 2, is build individual search-optimized procedure pages. You do not want a catch-all Our Procedures page. You need to have individual pages that are going to be relevant to each one of the procedure plus city queries that you want to target through SEO. Let's take a look at an example. This is a client of ours. If you go over to the navigation, you'll see that we have each one of his different procedures listed here. As we go into them, you'll see that there are breadcrumbs that have been placed. There are child pages targeting some of the neighboring cities. So if somebody clicks through over to Clearwater, for example, we have a Clearwater page. You'll see that there's then breadcrumbs that it's linking up to higher levels in the site architecture. This enables link equity to get passed throughout the most important pages on the website. It also ensures that we have a relevant page if somebody that's half an hour away in Clearwater and they Google rhinoplasty Clearwater, or Facelift Clearwater, that there is a landing page that's relevant to that search. Because to be honest, your Tampa page, it's going to be really hard to get ranking in every single area that you serve. Step number 3, you need to develop some sort of link acquisition strategy. There's a number of ways to acquire links from other websites. This is not a video on link building. We do have one, and I can link to it in the description. But in a nutshell, this is how you can get some links to your website. Number 1, reach out to other websites, offer to write an article for them, and work on a link back to your website. Number 2, write the type of content that will potentially acquire links passively. This is usually by producing data-driven answers. Often reference content can earn links. In other words, answering a question like, how many Americans got a facelift last year? In this case, the article that is ranking number 1 for that has acquired almost 500 backlinks from 350 websites. Another way to earn links is to do something newsworthy. In SEO, this is often referred to as digital PR. Basically involves finding some sort of data, or producing some sort of research, putting together something that journalists would be interested in writing about. Just going to throw out there that getting your website listed on 500 directories is unlikely to really move the needle for you. Likewise, putting up 50 Web 2.0 blogspot blogs that link back to your website. I see these methods still sometimes. They were developed to kind of game Google. They worked many years ago. Now they're at best a waste of time, and at worst they could get your website penalized. Number 4, develop some sort of content strategy for your practice's blog. As I mentioned in the previous step, having content on your website, answering the kinds of questions that people have, can first of all help you to passively acquire links from other websites, but it can also demonstrate your expertise. There are people out there that are willing to travel not only across the country, but potentially even internationally, to have a procedure done by a plastic surgeon that they feel will be able to do a better job than anyone in their local market. In this case, writing an article along with a video outlining the approach to rhinoplasty for a bulbous nose may convince someone to fly across the country if they think that you're going to be able to do an exceptional job with their bulbous nose. Keyword research tools such as SEMrush and Ahrefs can do a great job of helping you to uncover these topics. It's just a matter of ensuring that you're covering the topic extremely thoroughly, that it's written in a way that very closely aligns with the query that people are entering into Google, and that it's done in a way that's going to convincingly demonstrate your expertise. Getting the article to rank on Google is just a part of the battle. An additional benefit to this is that plastic surgery is very much a your money or your life niche, abbreviated YMYL by Google. This means that they're looking at the content on your website, they're seeing whether you have expert, well-written content, and once they have the trust that people seem to like what they're finding on your website and that their natural language processing analysis shows that everything that you're writing about aligns with medical consensus, it can help your entire website's pages to rank better. Number 5, work on developing a review acquisition strategy. Not only will positive reviews convince people that you are the plastic surgeon that they should go to, they will help you in the map results. I said step 1, you need to make sure that you have your Google business profile set up. You're going to need to have some sort of strategy, some sort of approach to start getting your patients to leave reviews for you. I know it's difficult, but it's also difficult for your competitors. If they've managed to figure out how to do it, you can too. My personal recommendation is to have it as part of the follow-up process. Set up a QR code in your waiting room that people can just scan with their phone that will take them right to your Google business profile where they can leave a review. And once you've gotten enough to be competitive in your market, take a look at other websites that are ranking for searches like liposuction plus city, or whatever it is that you specialize in. If you see Real Self, Yelp, Health Grades, any sort of website ranking for those sorts of searches, the kind of searches that you're targeting with your procedure pages, you should strongly consider sending reviews there once you've accumulated enough on Google. Google will see that you have positive reviews on these other websites, and some percentage of your potential patients are going to go to those pages before they ever land on your website. Make sure that they're not finding 0 reviews there. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please consider giving it a like, and if you'd like to schedule a time with me, you can find a link in the video description, or if you're on our website, just click contact and you book a time.